bit of fun, and you got to blame Jojo for that, right? He started off with all the Zeusing and everything, so we saw Negevs come out, but this is going to be a much more serious affair, and we have paiN Gaming starting on the T side, which is a bit curious.
Yeah, true. Maybe they've made a couple of reads. They want to get this one as fast as possible, but they've ran into the blender of Jonji and Spongy, both holding it down from the A side. Safe at least does come back with one of his own, and then ton of damage has been put onto the back side of the site, and now suddenly it's just turning in the Brazilians' favor. From a 4v3 to a 2-on-3 against Bad News Bears, Sheikh Zula stuck up in heaven behind the smoke, and Hard Zhao knows this is a distinct possibility. Is laid there and wait. Here's the dink and finishes off Sheikh Zula, and suddenly Junior is last man standing. He had a phenomenal performance yesterday, but as you've already touched on, Blair, this is a whole different ball game.
Yeah, and again, it's the desk. They alluded to the fact that Hard Zhao, we got to keep an eye out for him. He's been looking fantastic with the side of paiN recently alongside Nekiz, and these were the two players who managed to turn things around here in this round. It looked like it was done and dusted, but there we go. Junior not able to even find one singular kill. Hard Zhao with a nice 3K to open things up. That's a good recovery from paiN. They lost his two players, and they did a very good job, not just kind of idling on the site, and they just went in and took the fights, especially Hard Zhao just charging in, making sure Spongy doesn't get up to any more shenanigans. Sheikh Zilla trying to be a little sneaky with a one-way smoke, but not quite able to get anything done. So that's a great start coming in for paiN. And I know we haven't had any predictions for the casters, Vince, but who do you think is going to take this? I kind of feel paiN might have the edge here.
Yeah, not just because they won the first round, but I would have gone for paiN anyway. I think their performance against Team 1, there was a couple of moments they looked a little bit shaky, but I feel like they're a team that's just constantly been improving and looking better and better as time goes on. I think it will be close, though. I totally agree with JRT that this could very well go the full 3 maps. What we're seeing here from paiN, though, is very aggressive stance early on down into ramp. Jonji is going to be forced out as that Molotov would have spread to him regardless, so he will be sprayed down by PKL. And the Brazilians look to fast 2-0 at the start of Nuke. Now, a few players are weak, so they have to tread lightly, but I don't think Bad News Bears are too interested in this. They may even just pull back and save, as they did go in for a force. Yeah,
absolutely. They don't have a kit here either, with the bomb getting planted, obviously. That's an extra edge that your opponents are going to be having, especially in a 5v3. Might as well hold on to the pistols. You have the Kevlar as well, and Junior can, of course, try and deal a bit of damage with a scout of his. I really like what paiN did there, right? It was an anti-force buy, and they went for a little bit of a early aggressive posturing towards the upper side, a little bit of utility being deployed, and that forced Sheikh Zilla out of his position. You can see his body there with his blood splattering the walls, and was caught out of position. He was trying to rotate back towards heaven, assuming it was going to be an upper hit, but then paiN Gaming wasting no time, just charging towards ramp and quickly finishing off the job. And I know it's still very early days, and these are against obviously pistols, so it's the force fight coming in for the side of Bad News Bears, but paiN, they're looking very, very like a well-oiled machine early on here. They're usually an anti-ecos and Nuke. You can see teams start to turtle up a little bit, get a little paranoid, worried about a potential aggression coming out from the CTs, maybe a lobby crunch coming in. Instead, they had a game plan in mind, and they executed it perfectly. So it is going to be a bit of a bonus round here, but again, the saved pistols could be problematic for the side of paiN Gaming, but they do have those MAC-10s, which do provide them that little bit of extra mobility when they want to take this upper side. Jonji being very aggressive and finds Big Azera. That's a big find.
Oh, that's massive. That is definitely a big moment in this round, potentially. Now, paiN obviously still with 4 stacked up players, 2 of which have the MAC-10s. The run and gun situation could come about. Looking to erode and annul the partnership that Bad News Bears are trying to put onto this A site, and Swisher playing a bit more of a passive angle with the CZs. They're giving up quite a bit of real estate in terms of angles, but when you have the first pick, that's going to give you so much more confidence. 2 players in ramp as well, one of which is Junior, playing the bait and switch with the scout, and Sheikh Zula next to him with the USB. But it seems like paiN want to start to pick up the pace. They want to shift through the gears. Swisher spotting and would have heard that first player pushing down the vent, but Safe has him covered, and it instantly goes back to a 4-on-4.
Oh, that's such a good read. PKL, he just jumped down the vents. He provided information. His teammate just waited for the CTs to face, and 2 easy kills right there. So, yeah, sure, the CTs got the first kill, but it's been nullified. And now Junior, he might have a scout, but a scout and a retake on that upper side is never going to be easy, and Safe seems to be everywhere, Vince. He gets the kill towards upper, and he's going to find Sheikh Zilla all the way towards ramp. Finally gets put down, but he's done the damage. He's built up quite a bit of money as well, and I wouldn't be too surprised to see the early AWP coming out in the hands of Mr. Safe. As Junior, just a few consolation frags for the scout. They're dealing a bit of damage, but bear in mind, there were 3 MAC-10s in play here for the side of paiN Gaming, so they've lost the SMGs, but the AK-47s should be saved. John G's got no kit, but that might force him out back towards site, so he's trying to get these AK-47s taken away from them, and he's doing a fantastic job, Vince. He's gonna take away at least one of them, and Neck is very lucky to stay alive on 10 HP. So, all things considered, considering the weaponry they had that round, that's going to be a win for the side of Bad News Bears. However, paiN Gaming, the big guns are going to be coming out to play. Safe with the AWP and Junior with one of his own.
Yeah, it was a really nice effort at the end for Bad News Bears, scraping as many weapons away from paiN as possible. But as you touched on, they had so much money that they're good to buy in this round. And honestly, even if they were to lose this, they can probably scrape together a solid buy in the next one as well, where Nekis is up to 5,500, PKL just over 3,000. So Bad News Bears now have got to do the most that they possibly can with this full-on buy. The first proper test that paiN have been against. But I would like to put into the ring, as it were, that paiN have been trailing players 2 out of these 3 rounds and have still managed to scrape them back in their favor. That may be a bit of a worrying sign for Bad News Bears.
All right, now it's going to be a proper test for the side of paiN, though, especially against these guns. Ramp will be controlled by Junior. He's got that AWP, 2 kits for the CTs. They still have a bit of utility to work with, 3 smokes. And they're just going to be allowing paiN Gaming to take control of outside. Once the smokes have dissipated, we have 2 players who have made their way towards secret, 3 players still going to be milling around towards outside yard. They have a lot of options available here, Vince. Big is playing towards Squeak. We have 2 players waiting still towards outside yard. They're waiting for Bad News Bears to go for an information play and maybe punish them for it. But I do wonder where they're going to be eventually ending towards. 3 players towards lobby, 2 towards lower. They could potentially come up from, even come up from vents. They have a lot of options available to them.
That's true, but time is starting to dwindle here. So their options will start to have a sell-by date. The expiry is coming up. Shot does miss by Junior, but information, and more importantly, the smoke is going to keep them at bay. This is all a ruse. It's all trying to take away the firepower from the A side, but John G holds his resolve. M4A1S comes good with 2 frags, and with 10 seconds to go, paiN now exploding out onto the site. More damage inflicted to Junior, who cannot deny this bomb plant. But again, paiN Gaming trailed by 1 player.
paiN Gaming so fortunate the C4 made its way down. It was in the hands of safe. At least the C4 will be planted, but this is a much more viable retake here for Bad News Bears. They got the kits, 2 kits. They have a Molotov and a nade as well. They don't have any smoke, however, so that could be problematic. Now, players going to be crossing on over. They're aware of where one of the T's are, but safe finding John G. Now a 3v3. Bomb still ticking away. They are running out of time. They need to get this diffused, but Neck is holding the line. He's going to find one. Almost gets a second kill. Runs out of bullets, but Spongy will fall, and that is going to be yet another round for paiN. It looked like finally Bad News Bears might find a round, but somehow paiN, they clinch it, and that got a little hairy, Vince. That got a little scary. The valiant effort, I do believe, is by Spongy, or was it John G, on that upper bomb side, getting 2 kills. But still, with 20 seconds remaining, they execute towards the lower bomb side, and they still manage to steal the round away.
Yeah, that's 3 out of 4 rounds as well, where paiN have actually been trailing 1 or 2 players, and they've still managed to win. That is kind of concerning. And this time, Bad News Bears, they had the full-on buy. We saw Junior miss a couple of shots. These were shots he was landing yesterday. And that's one of the criticisms that people often give across to him, that he can absolutely smash teams that are on par with Bad News Bears, or maybe even worse than them. But when he's playing against the teams that are up there, the teams that are really going to properly give them issues, sometimes he does just kind of disappear. And I'm curious to see what happens here. It's still early days, don't get me wrong, but definitely something to watch out for. Whereas on the other side, Safe, who's the AWPer, is one of the most consistent plays. He's never had below a 1 rating at an event with more than 3 maps played. So you see these massive differences in gulfs between the 2-star AWPers.
Interestingly, the tactical timeout getting called is by paiN. I thought it would be by Bad News Bears, but just interesting, right? You've won 4 in a row. You're looking solid. You've forced Bad News Bears to maybe go for a very light purchase with maybe some pistols, maybe a shotgun coming out, and they're going to try and work around Junior's AWP, but paiN Gaming taking his sweet time. I gotta say, though, Safe has been one of the most interesting players for me in recent Counter-Strike history, right? Like, he came out on the scene like seemingly out of nowhere. And he's a much more older player compared to, you obviously see a lot of young Brazilian talent coming out and shining, right? Not just in South America, but moving up north towards the US and playing there. Like we have paiN and Team One playing over here. But Safe has been someone who wasn't even a primary operator when he used to play early events, and he's comparatively older, you know, making his debut at high-tier Counter-Strike. And the fact that he's so good with the AWP, despite not having played the weapon earlier in his career, and looking so damn good while doing it, it's fascinating for me.
Yeah, he's 26 years of age and he's been around for a while. But yeah, as you say, he's only really been catching the radar. And I'd say this last year and a half, maybe 2 years at a push. It is crazy to say like 26 is old in any metric, but in CS terms, most players don't hit their peak at this level. It's normally in their early 20s. This is going to change, I think, as time goes on, which is an entirely different discussion all within itself, like the whole age versus responsibilities thing when it comes to Counter-Strike. But he is somebody that, you make no mistake, he's kind of come out of nowhere, if we're being honest. Like, maybe you've been watching a lot of Brazilian CS and some of the lower tier teams. Maybe this is a guy that's really caught your eye. But for me personally, I only really started to see him around the DreamHack Opens, around the DreamHack Open qualifiers. And he has been sensational. I mean, there's no getting around it. The stats don't lie. The guy is Mr. Consistent. He is the dependable player on paiN. You know you're always going to get a good performance from him.
And like, how lucky can you be to have a player like that? And at the same time, you have players like Hardzao and like Neck really step up as well. And as our desk alluded to earlier in the segment, they also pointed out how despite Safe being such a superstar for the team, it's been Hardzao actually recently who has even surpassed his stats in the server. So good signs for the side of paiN Gaming. And right now, I do believe it's a bit of a technical issue. Hopefully that should get sorted out real quickly. But for Bad News Bears, Vince, this is a whole different ball game altogether compared to the Nuke we had yesterday against Mythic.
Oh yeah, a very different ball game altogether. And you know, this point yesterday, we were already starting to get a bit worried for Mythic. Whereas right now, being sat here and thinking, Bad News Bears, they need to show me something different. Yes, it's still early days. It's only 4-0. They can definitely turn this around. We know that they have a solid Nuke in their pocket, but at the end of the day, like, you've got to start getting a foundation. Otherwise, paiN will run away with this. One thing that they're great at doing is being ruthless with making sure they take as many rounds as possible and can actually just run away with a map. We've seen this happen multiple times. By the way, the last time that these two teams played against each other, I believe Nuke went like 16-1. So that was brutal, and that was in paiN's favor. That was back in May, halfway through May. They won at 16-1 in the CS Summit qualifiers. So we know, as history has shown us, that if paiN get on a roll, they're very difficult to catch up.
True. And I mean, it makes sense why they picked this map as well. And coming up next, of course, going to be Overpass. It's a map where Vu mentioned how paiN had some interesting setups, according to Vu. And I'm probably misquoting him here, but he did say that they were playing setups which shouldn't exist. But I do believe we're going to be going to a very quick break, ladies and gentlemen, and we'll be back very shortly. So don't go anywhere. Hopefully, in the next couple of minutes, everything should be fixed.
I'm bulletproof, don't ever lose. Put the evil in the devil, let it loose. I'm an earthquake, make your bones shake. There's no question I'm the king, I always dominate. A force to be reckoned with, better remember it. Look at what I can do, walking all over you.
Thank you for your patience, ladies and gentlemen. Our tech issue has been resolved and we are ready to get back underway. If you have just joined us, paiN Gaming steamrolled to a 4-0. A few of the rounds were a little bit grim, but they still came out triumphant. And now there's a lot of questions for me, Blair, on Bad News Bears. Can they bounce back and weather this storm?
Still early days, man. Still early days. So I'm just gonna hold on to my predictions. I still feel paiN do have the slight edge, but Bad News Bears, I mean, they're one of the favorites for a reason, right? Alongside paiN and Extra Assault. Speaking of Extra Assault, they've been struggling a little bit against Godson. We saw on the secondary stream during the bit of a technical pause there. So interesting stuff happening over there. Meanwhile, PKL finding John G early on. This is, of course, just the upgraded deagles coming out from the side of Bad News Bears. No big investment whatsoever. Junior is trying to make that AWP work, Vince. He's trying to find at least a pick. The thing is, paiN Gaming are aware of this. They know that Op is somewhere lurking around, and they're not giving it any opportunity. Swisher going to be walking up close. Junior could find one, but one by one they passed by, and none of them faced him, Vince. And they're going to be walking towards ramp, and I think the information has been conveyed. Safe is going to be leading the charge. The remaining members slowly charging towards the lower bomb side, but Swisher is going to find PKL, and now it's a 4v4, but Hardzao is going to find one more.
Junior has already got downstairs, though, with his AWP, and is trying to get up close. Combat AWPing, always a little bit of a terrifying prospect, but he does at least have the AK-wielding Swisher who picked that up off the corpse of PKL to accompany him. With just under half a minute on the clock, paiN Gaming successfully plant the bomb down yet again on the B site, which has been a consistent theme over the early stages of our nuke. At this point, I think Bad News Bears would do well to just pull out of here and save the AK and the AWP in particular, and they seem to be on the same page as me as they're starting to slowly retreat their way back up secret. Does mean that paiN Gaming will get a 5-0, but all things considered, this was effectively a half-buy round. So Bad News Bears may even feel a little bit happy that they're able to take the AWP and the AK out of this one and use it into the next round. But the problem is, though, Blair, that we're always putting that caveat that it's early days. This can quickly get into a 7 or an 8-0 sort of scoreline. So at some point, Bad News Bears have got to start getting success. And for me, I think it has to come right here, right now.
Absolutely. 5-0 up, paiN Gaming off to a great start. They weathered the storm, a few rounds in which Bad News Bears kept having the man advantage, or paiN Gaming able to, and just their protocol just working out wonderfully for them. And it's not just a one-man show, right? Sure, we saw Hardzao pop off in the pistol round. Apart from that, everyone's been chipping in. It's not like Safe has 10 kills already in 5 rounds. Everyone's like 5 kills, 4 kills here and there for the side of Bad News Bears. So it's been very, very quiet throughout. John G, the only one to... I've got a few kills, but here we go. Yet another 5 round for the side of Bad News Bears. And this time around, can they weather the storm? That is paiN Gaming. Junior going to be posted outside this time around instead of towards ramp. And I feel like they need to start maybe poking and prodding the extremities of the map. It's never easy on Nuke. But, you know, instead of just holding the angle towards ramp or just waiting for the smokes to be deployed towards outside, just trying to at least find a pick, at least get that early man advantage and force paiN Gaming to kind of, you know, force them to just go for a particular site where they have the majority of players waiting, instead of just giving so much map control to paiN and allowing them to do whatever they want to do. Once again, they've used the smokes early on, but now they're going to be slowly sneaking out towards outside. But fortunately for the side of Bad News Bears, Junior is waiting.
He is still just the 1 kill to his name, albeit hasn't had too many opportunities. Only died 1 time in 5 rounds. So mainly he's just been playing safe, trying to hold on to that AWP as much as possible. John G, who was exceptional yesterday, one of the standout players so far in Bad News Bears, had a couple of double frags down on the A site, unable to get success, but time's starting to dwindle again. paiN Gaming are taking their sweet time in multiple of these rounds. PKL, though, has the flank position, the lurk spot, if he's called upon to try and get in, but they don't have much time here, Blair. They've got to get him in the thick of it right now, and he runs into Junior and comes out second best.
20 seconds, Vince. They need to make a play, and it's kind of evident it's going to be up of sight, and it's going to be Spongy. Good for nothing. He's not going to find anything. Junior does find Nekis, though, and they're walking into the blender, Vince. There's no time remaining. There are no players left alive. It's all unsafe. It's good enough to find Shakezilla, but it's all he's going to find, and John G is losing it on his camera, but might as well. I mean, that's a good round to win. They keep 3 players alive as well, and they retrieve a secondary AWP. That is interesting. I wonder where they're going to be placing this. We saw them do this against Mythic yesterday. However, having a double op setup on Nuke, while it is viable, it can make some of the retakes a little tricky. So I really do hope that it is effective here. You don't want to just win one round and suddenly just lose all your weapons and just give paiN yet another round. So Shakezilla, the captain, the in-game leader with the secondary op, waiting for Safe to make contact. Oh, he's read this, Vince.
He has read this. He's even up on that boost angle. It will be the shot missing, though. He had the perfect read, but the execution was completely off.
Oh, that's rough. He had it, and taking on Safe this early would have been huge. And once more, PKL able to sneak in, but Junior, he seems to be the bane of PKL's existence here. Nekis, meanwhile, trying to use the timing to sneak in towards Mini, but they are falling one by one. Finally, this might be the best round coming in from Bad News Bears yet so far. It's a 5v3. Once more, they're going to be going back towards ramp. Once more, Shakezilla. This time, at least he was blinded, and he's going to be dropping down towards the lower bomb side, not looking to take the fight, which is the right call. What?
Hardsow is so fast, though, and it's almost like they had no idea this was possible. They'd given up ramp control. They'd let them run through, and no one was up in heaven, but more importantly, no one was cognizant of this position. Now, John G's going to try and deal with this, and he does get the headshot onto Hardsow. He's been excellent so far. Underarm Molotov to the back of the site, but the bomb has already been planted, and Big Izera, who's been a little bit quiet so far, could very well nullify John G, but there's Shakezilla with the cross. Safe, missing a shot uncharacteristically, but does flash himself back in, knowing that the bomb is not planted for him. He has to get back into this one, but the bomb will get defused underneath his nose, and right now he just wants to save that AWP. So Bad News Bears will strike twice in a row. That's another very close round, and it should have been pretty straightforward, Blair. That position from heaven, raining down Hardsow with 2 frags, that should never really have happened.
He was making all the noise in the world, Vince, but that was so quick from him that Bad News Bears, they were just unaware. They're like, there's no way he's just going to yeet up towards heaven. And he gets 2 kills, opens it up. If only the C4 was planted towards outside, but of course, considering the situation they were in, that was the right call. They had to get the bomb down, but John G with a huge kill, neutralizing the player towards heaven. And Shakezilla as well, finding, I believe it was PKL lurking outside. Or rather, I think it was a big Izera there lurking outside. So a hard-fought round there for Bad News Bears. The double op setup will no longer remain in play. John G spots a player out. He's making a lot of noise, and they're going to hunt him down. Nekis just waiting like a wraith in the smoke. And that's a danger man taken out very early here for the side of Bad News Bears.
Oh yeah, he's more than double anyone else's frags. I say that as Junior just gets his 5th. So that stat is no longer accurate. But it goes to show just how top-heavy the fragging distribution has been over on the CTs. So paiN have mixed up the pace this time. They've been fairly slow on their T sides. Junior comes out, makes that aggression land, taking down Big Izera. Swisher also helps him out. And Bad News Bears looking so much better after that pause. Now starting to string some rounds together. Safe forced off the angle with a flashbang. Just joined by PKL. They don't even have that much utility between the two of them, and now make it just Safe. 1v4, Molotov in hand, does at least have control over the bomb, so maybe there are inroads in to try and separate a couple of these players and maybe make this costly for Bad News Bears, but also keep in account that the economy right now for paiN is really grim. They're looking at a potential save. After being 5-0 to the good and looking like they were going to just run away with this, now maybe there's some blockades being stamped down. Safe trading to the AK, trying to run downstairs on towards the B side. There is a player in decon though, so if he goes in for this plant, he may get sideswiped, but Shakezilla missing the shots. 10 seconds to play with. All 3 CTs not able to deny this bomb plant. The Safe will be in a post plant, but there comes the peak. And all things considered, for Safe to get a kill and a bomb plant is way more than he was expecting.
Yeah, they gave him so much respect as well, right? They were like, okay, it's safe. Let's not give him any more opportunities. So the fact that he gets the bomb down definitely going to be helping out their economy, but I don't think it's still going to be enough money to go for a full-fledged buy. So expect a bit of a half buy, maybe a couple of Mac 10s coming out. Could be a hero AK-47 for maybe for Nekis perhaps, but it's going to be a light buy here. If it's not a bad news Bears, Vince, they've kind of weathered the storm, right? Now they've got 3 rounds back-to-back. They built up a little bit of semblance of economy, as well as we have yet another fun fact from Mr. Elliott. John G got his third Negev and Swisher his second Bison kill in the same round yesterday. That was a cursed round, Vince.
A cursed map, you could even say. It was an interesting one. Yeah, I don't think we're getting more of the same. I think it was Spongy in the pre-game interview said that they were just getting so much success and they were basically owning Mythic that they felt compelled to go for those weapons. Like, paiN are a different beast. I think there's going to be a lot more respect shown here. We've already seen early on that Bad News Bears, they're trying to get themselves into this one. John G's more hype than, you know, a smile across his face. And you're right, paiN, do go in for the half buy here, Blair, which makes sense, right? Like, it's about risk versus reward. If Bad News Bears had a rough economy and they felt like it was worth it, I think paiN probably do force. There's so much money left on the board that it's worth going in for this. 1-for-1 trade, though, will allow Nekis to push down towards B, and Swish is taking a lot of damage as well. This round could actually get interesting after all.
I was not a fan of that play from CSGO. He should have had the read of the economy. He should have known that it was going to be a very light buy. Oh my lord, Swisher almost gets taken down, 4 HP, but he will survive. Bomb dropped as well. But that AK-47 in the hands of Nekis, he's got the Kevlar, he's got the helmet, and he's got PKL as well. That Tech 9 up close could be brutal. He's going to clear the angles, closes, shuts the door. Now he's going to try and get the bomb down. Nekis finds Junior. That's huge. Now a 3v2. And Swisher, so low on health. This is very doable for the side of paiN Gaming. Numbers will be punched in, bombs down, and it's a 3v2 retake for the side of Bad News Bears.
Have a molly, which has now been tossed down to make sure the double doors will be clear of any CT aggression. Smoke down onto Decon. May do more harm than good, though, because it funnels them in to PKL's path with the Tech 9, but he will be reeled back as his head is caved in by John G. Nekis trying to line up the spray. There's one. Oh, no, actually doesn't finalize the frag, but all 3 players are low. paiN Gaming, though, came into this round with a half buy, and they come out with 2 kills and a bomb plant, so they'll have a very solid purchase coming up. But that means after a 5-0 lead, Bad News Bears have put 4 rounds on the bounce.
Swisher is blessed. The fact that he doesn't get taken down despite being so very low, but still a huge round for the side of paiN Gaming, right? As you pointed out, Vince, like considering the investment they had, they still take away a couple of guns. So the money for Bad News Bears, despite winning 4 in a row, it's not really spiraled out of control where they can buy whenever they want. Just a couple of rounds back-to-back for paiN Gaming. If they're able to prevent them from saving the weapons as well, it could be massive. They could break the economy. They could string a few more rounds together here. PKL just rushing in, pinstering Junior. He's going to be caught with his pants down, and PKL just opening up that side. John G and Spongy do reply back, but it's still player advantage for the T side. They're going to get the bomb planted as well, and Sheikh Zula and John G have a lot of work to do. Make that just shake in a 1 versus 3, and it's good for only 1. That was paiN Gaming switching things up, Vince. They've been so slow, and you kept talking about how, you know, it's only 20 seconds remaining, only 15 seconds remaining. They haven't made a move yet. This is completely different. A blitzkrieg on that upper bomb site.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. This is one issue that we see a lot of teams run into, especially on maps like Nuke and obviously Train before it got removed. Rip Train, you will be missed. But so many times teams would just execute with like 5 or 10 seconds left, and that's all they had. They never mixed up. They never had these fast explosive rounds. They never caught off guard the enemy. And here's the other proponent of that. When you have got a successful aggressive round, it now forces out extra utility. Mollies will be put down, smokes and flashes, and then if you do slow down the pace, well, guess what? The CTs are lacking utility come the end of the round. You're keeping them on this edge of their seat, on their tiptoes. Great switch of pace from paiN Gaming, and then they're straight back to slow again.
Keeping Bad News Bears on the toes. And look at the money, Vince, right? They win 4 in a row. In that one, they lose the 1 round. They lose all the players. And this is them scraping the bottom of the bank, of the coffers, of the barrel, rather. And if they lose this one as well, if they're not able to save the weapons, they will be forced to go for an eco. And paiN Gaming could go up to an almost insurmountable lead in this first half. Junior with the AWP, he has been kind of neutered, but that is going to be a free kill for Junior. Finding Big Azera. Sheikh Zula finds a second as well. He's going to be tucked into the corner, hoping his teammate's going to arrive to help him out. And Jonji and Sheikh Zula tag teaming to take down Nekkers. And it's once more in the hands of Safe and PKL to make something happen. A 5v2. They do have the C4, but they have a lot of work to do.
Yeah, Safe will be able to sneak his way out of Squeaky, although it's easy for us to spot that he's not getting peeked on the close angles. He still needs to find out that intel for himself. Time is scarce again. If he can deal with this threat up on top of Hut, maybe there's a way in, but Spongy on top of the door catches him off guard. PKL, try as he may, will be falling down to the hands of Swisher. And just as you're talking about a fragile economy, Bad News Bears get one of their best rounds on their CT side. They didn't lose a single player.
That's crucial, right? And this is the brutality of the city side economy events. Like you still have to rebuy all the utility, and utility costs quite a bit of money. So you can see they win the round without losing a single player. Still, they have a lot of players sub $2,000. Jonji and Junior and 1K apiece. Swisher's the only ones who got a little bit of money. But we are entering the ending stages of this first half. We have 4 more rounds remaining, and paiN Gaming switching it up against Vince. It's just a very light buy, a fast hit coming into its upper, and Swisher's gonna stop them in the tracks with the utility. And Nade is gonna find Big Azera. And great Molotov and nade there to find the kill. PKL completely blinded, and I like how the player towards Mini, I do believe it's Jonji, didn't stick around taking that fight because he knew that the Mac 10 at that range could be deadly. And Jonji still continues to double tap dead people, Vince. I like that.
Yeah, just making sure that they stay down. In the meanwhile, though, Bad News Bears put their second perfect clean sweep round in the bank. paiN Gaming, yes, it was a very low investment and low buy, but after they started 5-0, you know, I could forgive somebody for thinking this may just be a complete and utter devastation. Great bounce back from Bad News Bears. You've got to give them credit, and mainly down to Jonji. 14 kills and 4 assists to his name. He has been so very deadly.
Oh, absolutely. He's been sublime, and you can see like the rest of his team kind of just playing around him. And Junior as well, sure, is not having that lights out game he had yesterday against Mythic, but he's been very impactful as well with the AWP in the rounds that they've won so far. This time though, heavier presence coming out from paiN Gaming towards outside. Once more the wall of smoke. Jonji, he waits for the flash, doesn't blind anyone, but yet he still gets the kill. Junior finds Nekkers as well, and they're gonna try and harass him with the utility. Swisher though, trying his luck, spamming the smoke, not able to find a single kill. And look at the aggression from Junior, Vince. He's pushing into its garage, ensuring there's no one looking outside, and the jig is up. They know the hit's going to be coming in towards the lower side. Now for the side of paiN, they still have another player lurking towards outside. Hearts out. What can he do from that position?
Yeah, a lot of this does rest on Hearts Out. If he can maybe get a kill as they try and push down Secret. But he realizes his teammates are isolated from him. Safe and Hard Zao both tag each other in, though. 2 kills back-to-back suddenly gives the advantage to paiN. There's still just shy of a minute on the clock. They haven't got to make any snap decisions here. Safe still in the vents. Gets put down by Sheikh Zula, and the bomb just slides down to Decon. That could not have gone worse for Safe. And Molly on top of it as well. And now time is going to start to be more of an issue. Just under 40 seconds. Flash is good, but with the Molotov down, Sheikh Zula knows the push won't be coming in, but Hard Zao clears it afterwards. And they should have control over B. Spongy's still up on A. So paiN Gaming looking good for a post-plant.
The gamble though from Spongy, Vince. They gamble the fact that once paiN gets the C4, they're going to be heading up towards the upper bomb side. But Spongy can pull this one off. I think he's got an inkling. He knows what Big Azera is, and he's going to face him, but almost gets the kill, gets the dink. But Big Azera with the headshot, the AK-47 working out for him. And paiN Gaming, they take the lead as we enter the penultimate round. That came down to the wire, Vince, and again, like a 4v3 situation favoring the North American side. And Hard Zao dropping from the silo, and somehow just a prolonged long-distance spray against Junior. And if I'm Junior, that was a jump scare. There was no way he was expecting a player to drop one down from silo at that point in time.
No, certainly not. You expect them to maybe drop on top of the vents, or, you know, to wide swingy, not from that particular angle. Junior has now been smoked off. We'll be peeking towards the silo area. And that man is sat waiting again. Jonji, behind the smoke, will have to start to fade away. into the garage to help out his AWPer, but this allows paiN the chance to cross, although Nekis just gets smacked through the smoke in the head. Excellent passage of play for the CTs.
That's just so unfortunate. Oh. If I'm Nekis, I'm seething. They've tried it so many times, Vince, and they've barely taken any damage every time they've tried to go for that particular play. Swisher, nade could deal quite a bit of damage. It will tickle PKL up a little bit. Now the Swisher stick on around. He's going to get double peeked. He's still going to stick around. No, he's going to be evacuating the premises, immediately heading towards the side. Hardstyle finds John Gito. That's another huge find for the side of paiN Gaming, and they know where Swisher was. The Swisher is in a world of paiN. He can get just wrapped from multiple directions, from Squeak, from window, from the double doors, and Sheikh Zula should be very careful. He's trying to help his teammate out, but if he gets caught out of position, he could be just done for.
HP bars are so low on paiN, though. Some stray bullets, and this one will be laid to rest. Hardstyle and Bigazera, last two men standing, 25 seconds. Bomb down as the grenade nearly finishes off Swisher. He's gone through multiple of his 9 lives at this point. But really, that bomb has been dropped, should be the end of this round. The fast flank, though, from Bigazera, who goes in for 2, but hits Sheikh Zula with the perfect angle, sprays them both into extinction. And Bad News Bears will tie us up going into the last round of the half.
I know Vu doesn't rate Sheikh Zilla a lot when it comes to his pure aiming or, like, you know, just raw fragging prowess, but that was a pretty nice spray transfer coming in there. Not bad. Great control coming from Sheikh Zilla, but that was all Swisher, Vince. On the low side, he had no backup. He was getting surrounded, getting wallbanged from multiple angles, and he not only gets 2 kills, but he does his best to stay alive for as long as possible, waiting for his teammates to arrive. But who's going to take the lead heading to the second half? That is the question here. 7-7, everything tied up. And for paiN Gaming, the buy is kind of abysmal. It's going to be just some pistols, an SMG, and a couple of rifles, but they will find Sheikh Zula. And Junior, what are you doing? Standing in the flames, he tries to deliver, he legs the player, but he will fall, and that means paiN Gaming have that 1-player advantage as they head towards the lower bomb site.
Jonji was there fast enough to make sure that they couldn't get their hands on that AWP, though. So a slight silver lining overhead, perhaps for Bad News Bears, is they actually have the superior HP bars going into this, but multiple weapons have now been picked up. So rifles in the hands of paiN Gaming, apart from Hardstyle with the MAC-10. Already, a plant comes into fruition. All 3 of the CTs will be clumped together. Swisher taking damage already. We know this man is made of granite, the amount of bullets that he can absorb. Down to 18 now, but again, it's the bottleneck of having to all push in, and they go in for the smoke. I think that bounced off his teammate's back. That is going to be so grim, so difficult for them to clutch now, and Spongy will be getting fragged less. At least paiN Gaming will be leading, but at one point they were 5-0 to the good. However, we'll see if they can convert after this break.
days in the dark too long. All the gray between the right and wrong. Takes a warrior to sing this song.
Well, yesterday for Bad News Bears, it was a bit of a bloodbath, but we expected this game to be a lot closer. Not just in the game against Mythic, but also the last 2 times that these teams played each other on Nuke. And it has certainly been neck and neck, Blair. But it didn't start off that way.
It did not indeed. It was... I won't lie though, like if the pistol round had gone the way of Bad News Bears, I feel this could have been the roles being completely flipped. It could be Bad News Bears being up 10-5 or maybe 11-4. But gotta give it to paiN though. The ability for some of these players to clutch situations out, especially in man disadvantage situations, is quite impressive, and we've seen it multiple times in the first half. Now, they're going to be in the defending side. Bad News Bears, we do know that they have a lot of tricks up their sleeve here on the T side. They're going to be waiting patiently for paiN Gaming to show anything. A little bit of a cheeky stack coming out from paiN towards the ramp area. Negus is taking a lot of damage. Very brave to continue to fight there. But Junior's Glock at range, gushing him down to 3 HP. And it looks like it's going to be up a hit coming in. PKL, the traces will give them away. And they're going to be walking into an empty site. Biggest error, the only sole defender right now towards heaven. And that's a clean tap to find Jonji.
Yeah, clinical hold by Bigazera, but Safe has also helped them out. And again, that player advantage quickly falls by the wayside. Post plant, though, will give Bad News Bears a little bit more stability on the site, but Safe has gone in again. This time it's Shake Zulu that loses his head, gets decapitated. Spongy and Swisher both left standing, but not for much longer. Spongy caught by Safe, who bags himself his 3rd kill. And as we were saying before, this guy is so very consistent, not just with the AWP. You put pretty much any weapon in his hands, he's going to deliver.
Safe is so good, man. Like, he's not having his usual, like, lights out, dropping 20 kills in a half game, but 3 kills, 3 taps. Again, you can see it from his POV now. Just waiting patiently, right? All of them just walking into his crosshair. Kind of a bit Nico-esque, right? If you watch the way Nico plays some certain pistol rounds, that round in Cash comes in mind where he gets an ace. It just waits patiently, perfect crosshair placement, waiting, having the patience for his opponents to walk into his crosshair, and just clean taps coming out from the side of Safe. Nothing too crazy. As I say that, he's got an AW out in the 2nd round, Vince. That's a bit crazy.
Yeah, that is, especially when you know the Bad News Bears, if they do go in for force, you're looking at pistols, you're looking at SMGs, and that's exactly what's coming up, and that's where typically the AWP will get engulfed. So we'll have to see if it ends up being a bit of a dud or if it actually tees off. What we know already, though, is Shake Zulu has been tagged down significantly. Safe missing out on that flick shot across. He's now going to give his position away, but more importantly, his weapon away. And it's a 1-for-1 trade. Smoke does afford safe passage across to the site, but even if Bad News Bears can get this plant down, there's so much firepower that's going to be coming behind those CTs on ramp to help them out.
Swisher up close. Oh, he could easily get a couple of kills if timing works. And the nade's going to deal so much damage to Bigazera. PKL, he's taking damage and does the timing. The Swisher's going to strike. He's going to find one. He knows where the second player is as well, but Safe able to find a 2nd kill. Now they know the AWP is in play. They don't need to face him. Neck is sneaking in, but Spongy decapitates the player. Safe has to do everything. He's picked up the MP9. He's got the 3rd kill for himself, but is left alone in a 1 versus 2. And Bad News Bears, with a very rough buy, managed to win the round. Just a forced buy with pistols, and they come out on top. And the AWP buy, Vince, I wouldn't really blame it because he's still got a couple of kills, but the fact that he had the AWP didn't allow Safe to push into its lower side. He was waiting for Bad News Bears to peek, and I love how Bad News Bears used that information to their advantage. They pushed up, Swisher pushed up towards ramp, used the Tech 9 up close. They kept them pinned in that entrance towards the lower bomb site, and just a well-played round coming up from the North Americans.
Yeah, you can't really fault Safe and how he played with the AWP, but the actual decision for the AWP, I think, actually is a pretty big reason as to why they lost that. For the reasons that you mentioned, they lacked the mobility. And Bad News Bears, you've got to give Shake Zulu, you've got to give the boys a lot of credit as well for having that explosive tactic that really did just rip out the heart of paiN Gaming's defense. But in the here and now, paiN Gaming have to force themselves. They were down to $1,300, $1,400 on a few of these players as a result of their heavy investment, and they're going to be feeling the effects of that one. Can they return the favor, though? Getting a lobby crunch into effect, but it does lack the ramp component. So they're basically moving by and bypassing the T's. Safe up close with his MP9, watching down on Secret, where Jonji is laid in wait. The Bad News Bears just slowing things down here with the pace. And the fact that paiN know that they've given up ramp control and that this is a distinct possibility could catch them off guard, but Hardzao makes sure that this angle is cleared with his Desert Eagle.
So weird, right? Hardzao's a CT and he's holding from the T side and just finds Shakezilla. Trying his luck with the second one Deke. It's not going to continue to take the fight now. Junior is confused. He's like, where the hell are the rest of the CTs? Everyone lying in wait inside a hut. The upper side could be a trap, but Jonji at least takes care of Nekis. PKL, though, he's going to be smoked off, unfortunately, and he's not given away his position yet. He could time this right. He could be the snake in the grass and find a couple of kills from behind. He's taking quite a bit of damage, though, and he's spamming away in the smoke, giving away his position, and he's going to be forced back into it. Squeaky, so it was a bit of a trap, Vince, but Bad News Bears have done a very good job of kind of just springing the trap and not getting caught in it. So they're still paranoid that it could be another CT coming in, maybe from Heavens, maybe coming in from Mini as well, but right now for paiN Gaming, if I'm them, I just go and try and save these Deagles, these pistols.
Yeah, I think they agree. I think that's definitely the call here. Try and pick up the Galil as well. They knew that, I think it was Shakezilla was splattered by Hardzao's Deagle earlier in the round when they basically traded positions. So that's the Desert Eagle traded up into the Galil, which also means he can drop that sidearm to either Safe or Nekis into that next round. So it will bolster up their buy significantly as we move into 9 and 9. We expected this series to be a close one. Two of the teams that are favored to take the entire tournament for a reason, and a lot on the line. paiN Gaming's choice of map of Nuke as well, with Overpass up next. Obviously, the Bears did pick for themselves, and paiN know the importance of winning their map here, because if they go through into Overpass 1-0 down, this could actually be a clean sweep for Bad News Bears.
Oh yeah, for sure. For sure. Overpass looked a little rough for paiN Gaming yesterday, especially in the during the dying embers of that particular game. Who especially was very critical of some of the plays they had. But still, 9 and 9, and we do know paiN have that ability to somehow win rounds. We saw Ancient as well yesterday in the final round where they had a very rough buy, and yet they were able to close that 16-14 against Team 1. So paiN Gaming, you can never count them out despite the weaponry. Shakezilla going to be leading the charge, dropping down to its mini and waiting for paiN Gaming to make a move. Safe, tucked in behind the smoke. Just got a USP though. Shakezilla should be aware of this, but he's not going to face. He's going to use the distraction that Swisher is providing to try and sneak his way up towards Heavens, where there isn't anyone lying in wait, actually.
He's just finding that out now. Heaven has been vacated. paiN living amongst the mortals and may very well go the same way if they're not careful, because Shakezilla is in. Oh, that spray transfer is nice as well. Just takes down both frags in the blink of an eye, and Hardzao will fall next. Yes, it wasn't a full investment from paiN Gaming. They will be able to get a buy-in, but having a look at their economy, Safe will not have an AWP in his hands if they do go in for a buy, which judging by Nekis and Hardzao, they will. Now, Safe without an AWP, it's not as if he's useless. He's not an AWP that completely and utterly has to play with the AWP to be successful, but it is obviously a bit of a body blow.
Oh yeah, for sure. And speaking of money, Vince, like the fact that Bad News Bears survive the 2 anti-force buy rounds, losing just 1 player, they're flush with cash. They have so much money. It's almost kind of like a bonus round, right? They have the 2 Galils, the Femascal in play, which they picked up in round number 2. So they have a lot of options available to them here. And even if they wind up losing this particular round, if they can take away a few guns for paiN Gaming, if they can hurt the economy, it's still going to be very good for them. It's going to be a quick hit coming in towards upper. Shakezilla able to find one, trades are back and forth. The smoke, however, is going to keep PKL at bay. Needs to be careful because he's getting spammed through the smoke. And Swisher finds Hardzao towards Heavens, and wow, Bad News Bears, they just pounce on the upper side and they claim it for themselves.
This was looking like another save job, really. I mean, you don't have a kit between these last 2 players. You got a flashbang, and PKL is low. It seems like he's going to go in and just clear these close angles. So if they do want to go in for this retake, then Safe could have come up the vents, but they seem to be on the same page now. The save is the only realistic option to get any kind of small success or victory out of this round. So Bad News Bears, it wasn't the most clinical or clean of executes, but they made sure they had the revenge frags on point. It was a 2-for-2 trade, back and forth, and as soon as it went down into a 3-on-3, Bad News Bears had such a massive, huge advantage that they made the most of. And now paiN Gaming's economy is back in the bin again. Bad News Bears are looking fantastic right now.
The trades are so good as well. The Molotovs towards heaven, towards the back of the old vents as well, and just some great stuff. I did fail to notice if paiN had used any incendiaries towards the entrance of Squeaky. It could have been just a lack of utility overall for the side of paiN Gaming, which allowed Bad News Bears to just pounce onto that A bomb site. But anyway, like the fact remains, Bad News Bears opening things up is going to be Junior again. Hearts Out will fall. This is, of course, just the pistols alongside the safe rifles in the hands of Safe and PKL. So yeah, they get the one kill, but Big Azera and Safe, they reply back. And suddenly, are we going to be seeing paiN Gaming once again pulling off something ridiculous with what shouldn't be a good buy for them?
The fact that Bad News Bears are not in a post plant and they still need to force their way out onto the side could spell their demise. But now they have started to establish a little bit of control over on the A side, making sure that they're doing their due diligence, covering these angles off, allowing Spongy to get the successful plant down. There is a smoke and a flash available for the Brazilians, but again, no kit could spell a few issues if they don't get a move on. Still flashes, 4 of them in total in the collective utility belt of the Bears. And Spongy is changing his avenue of defense. He gets smoked out. This could do more harm than good, though, because they can't get the frag on him, but it does isolate Sheikh Zula from the rest of his teammates. Junior now springs into action with 2 big kills back to back, and the bomb is so close to detonation. It's not planted for Junior, but I don't think they have enough time anyway. Even though they fragged him down, they don't have the kit, and this round is going the way of the T's again.
Oh, that's just gutting. That is so gutting for paiN Gaming. They did everything, Vince, considering they had Deagle, just a couple of rifles. I really like the retake as well. That smoke was perfection, right? Completely neutralizing the 2 CTs. But Junior, he shines. 3K for him. Sure, he falls in the end, but as you pointed out, he delayed it enough. And even though the C4 wasn't planted for him, the round was not going to be going the way of paiN Gaming. And we do have attack time at getting called by paiN. They have just 1 more remaining after this, but Bad News Bears are on a bit of a roll here, Vince. The AWP, once again, going to be purchased by Junior, and why the hell not? He's being so very effective on the attacking side of Nuke, which is never that easy, as we have, fittingly, a Junior fact. He's got a 2.74 KD, a 1.21 KPR, and had a 52.2 damage difference per round yesterday. Albeit it was against Mythic, Vince. Let's be real here.
Yeah, the caveat needs to be made, but it just goes to show how well he played regardless. Like, you can only beat what's ahead of you, and my god, did he beat that into the ground. I think he ended on like 50 kills in total over 2 maps, and let's be honest, both of them are over pretty fast. So very impressive. I have to point out as well, by the way, this is 12-9, which looks relatively close. paiN Gaming won both pistol rounds. That's how well Bad News Bears have played this game. And there is the man again that we were just highlighting, Junior, with another victim as they brute force their way into round.
He almost got the 2nd kill as well, Vince. The flash blinded him and it was off by millimeters. But that could have been Safe and Hearts Out getting taken out. And bear in mind, Hearts Out went for the gloss cannon. It was a big investment. And he gets nothing done, doesn't even rattle off a singular shot with the AWP. And Bad News Bears, especially with Junior coming alive like this, it is starting to be a little worrying for the side of paiN Gaming. Bad News Bears just need 4 more rounds. Now Nekiz, control room, smoke going to be obscuring his vision. C4 will be planted. Not a single point of damage taken yet by the side of Bad News Bears. But with Nekiz's position here, Vince, he could potentially be the spearhead on this particular retake. But bear in mind, Bad News Bears still have another player towards the upper side. It is Jonji, and he is still lurking around.
Yeah, that spear may very well be dulled down indeed as they decide to save instead. And it's always a very sad state of affairs when you're eyeing up a 13-9 after a 5-0 lead. You win the 2nd pistol round after the 1st one, and you are still going to be 4 rounds behind. But it's more that key word that we mention so often, the momentum, in terms of the economy, in terms of everything else that has been so in favor of Bad News Bears, that although this is a 13-9, this will feel like it's 100-9. The way this game has gone has been so good for Bad News Bears, and they also deny one of those players. So it's going to force an extra reimbursed player now to come through. This puts Hard Out down about $650. They've got double ops in play, but Blair, we're getting towards the final curtain coming down. If paiN cannot get some consistency, Bad News Bears are about to run away with this.
They've won 7 in a row, Vince. Or is it 6 in a row? That doesn't really matter. 7 or 6 rounds in a row. That's still very, very dominant. Once more, though, Junior. He's been a bit of a magician towards his ramp area with an AWP. Even yesterday, we saw that wallbang he delivered towards Flom, which was just absolutely ridiculous. This time the Hard's out, looking for vengeance. Daring Junior to peek him again. And Junior, his spider sense tingling, decides not to go for it. Setting up for the smokes towards outside. But for Bad News Bears, like, I really like the approach we've seen from them so far. It's a very far cry from what paiN Gaming showed, where it was like super slow majority of the times. Here it's just Bad News Bears, like very early hits coming into its majority of the sides, and especially when they're getting this opening so easily, why the hell not? They have a player looking and just walking into its mini events. This is looking rough for the side of paiN Gaming. Big Azera has to deliver big alongside Nekkes.
Yeah, especially his neck is in a bit of a weird off angle where flashes are going to be very easy to connect onto, and you see it right there from his perspective. At least though, Big Azera and PKL are keeping them honest, but not for much longer. Sheikh Zula splatters in a row to this defense as Junior misses the shot but doesn't get punished with his life. With just 30 seconds to go, the bomb should be getting planted down in just a few moments time in the hands of Spongy. Tosses in and replenishes the Molotov into heaven as Junior goes for the wall bang onto PKL. He is seemingly everywhere again. Flash up and over from safe.
Double up.
But not really going to do anything because, as you say, they've got double ops. Yes, they've both got kits, but they've got no grenades. And there's not really that much of a hope with 2 ops in your hands to retake, so they're going to have to save again.
That's the, I mean, I hate to be that guy, Vince. I hate to be the guy who says, you know, I told you so, but when you have a double op setup, actually I said it about Bad News Bears when they had it in the first half, right? It was Sheikh Zula and Junior wielding a double op setup. But this time paiN Gaming, it comes and bites them in the butt. It was a doable retake, but yeah, double op, especially against AK-47. Sure, Bad News Bears lose a couple of plays, but doesn't matter. Doesn't matter, Vince. 4 of them are over $10,000. They are rich. They're flush with cash, and they need 2 more rounds to take the map pick of paiN Gaming's. It's kind of crazy that the last time these 2 teams faced off, which feels like a lifetime ago, in the month of May, 4 months ago, paiN Gaming completely obliterated them 16-1 on this very map. And right now, Bad News Bears are just steamrolling this paiN's defense. Again, the double op setup is going to remain in play. Sure, they have the weapons, but they need the rounds.
Hard's out, misses out on the shot. It was a difficult one to land, to be fair to him, but John G, he is ruthless. We saw this yesterday. He doesn't mind twisting the knife a few times, and he's getting downstairs already. 9 assists to his name as well, by the way, so he's not just been fragging out, but he's been laying up other people as well. And already Swisher down on the ramp. And a post plant. So rapid, so fast, and paiN Gaming barely know what's just hit them.
The fact that they had $10,000 with 4 players and John G went for the MAC-10 is just hilarious. This is doable though. The 4v2. This is a round they need to confirm, Vince. Spongy's going to be left alone. It's a 1 versus 4. Pretty much a confirmation here. PKL is going to try and keep Spongy at bay. He's been smoked off as well, and Nekkes will finally get the kill, and paiN Gaming the end the streak. It was 7 in a row for Bad News Bears, but finally paiN Gaming, they get their 2nd round on a CT side. The previous one was a pistol round, Vince.
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of like David versus Goliath, where most of the time, you know, David just gets absolutely wrecked. But that 1 out of 100 times he swings to the fences and gets the hit. That's how that last round felt to me. So we'll see if paiN Gaming can actually put some consistency in and make a believer out of me, or if that's a one and done. As you said, there was a couple of wacky components. A rush from the MAC-10. The post plant was very much isolated from one another. Bad News Bears got down there so fast, they couldn't really get great post plant positions. So let's see, when they slow it down, they start getting more methodical, if paiN Gaming can go where they didn't before and stop the rot. Early grenade damage done to Nekis as he drops to 56, and John G is snaking his way outside through the smoke, and he gets the frag onto PKL.
He is such a nuisance. He is such a nuisance. Spots the second player out as well. And I don't know for how long Nekis is going to stay alive. He's going to find one. Finally, Sheikh Zilla will put him into the ground. It's a 2v3. Once again, Safe and Harzau having to probably do everything by the lonesome. But the Molotov's going to flush them out from heavens. They have to go for it, Vince, at this point. There's no point saving. You have to go for this.
Yeah, you're running out of time. Is that simply put. You're running up 5 map points if you go to Safe here. And Safe... Oh, this is just brutal. It feels like heads you win, tails I lose. Whether he goes or whether he saves, it still feels like an L. And he may just hold on to it. I mean, he's got enough money to go for a buy, but it's more hard out down at $650. But he's going to go in for this. Safe, more than capable of clutching these kinds of rounds. First frag goes his way, but the bomb's dropped out in an awkward position as he goes in for the full defuse. Junior misses the shot. It doesn't matter. He's forced Safe off the plant, and the rest will fall into position. 5 map points for the Bears.
Oh boy, it is so gutting for the side of paiN Gaming. They finally get around and then just crushed by Bad News Bears. 5 chances, 5 opportunities for Bad News Bears to close this one out and take us to map number 2, which will be on Overpass, the pick of the Bears. I know how the tables have turned, Vince. How the tables have turned. It was paiN Gaming leading 5-0 to start things off, and now Bad News Bears with a 5-round lead. Nekis, though, nice opening. John G being... I guess, you know, considering, I wouldn't say lucky, but how fortunate it has been in so many of these situations, I guess it was kind of inevitable that he was going to be finding himself on the wrong side of the nade.
Balance in all things, Blair. Eventually, it will come around to bite you. Harzau, though, putting down the 3rd body in the round is Bad News Bears. Doesn't matter how sloppy they get across the finish line, as long as they get there. This round is looking like it will come to a conclusion that will favor the Brazilians at least, but there are far more opportunities laid ahead of them. Still lots of time as well to try and cordon off a couple of these players. You can see that 4 of the 5 under that $1,000 threshold. So even if Bad News Bears can see this round, but they take a few players with them, that could be good enough. However, Spongy and Junior will both bite the dust, and paiN will save their first map point. 4 more to go.
You can't count them out. Still doable. Still doable. 4 in a row. CD side Nuke. And if you look at the money for the side of Bad News Bears, sure, they have, I mean, the coffers are just... were flush a while ago. But they can string a couple more together here, Vince. And if we enter round number 28, 29, Bad News Bears' money won't be in a very good spot. They might be forced to go for a save. Then on, it's anyone's game as John G. Oh, once again being very, very quick indeed. Drops down in PKL. The bane of his existence is John G. And he's gonna find him. Swisher finds Nekis as well. And this looks like the beginning of the end. Big Azera and Safe having a lot of work to do. They are on the upper bomb site. They have 2 ops. Everyone's there. But Harzau, the timing could not have been worse. And John G's doing everything by his lonesome Vince. And it's all on Safe in a 1v5. 21 HP with the AWP. Good for 1. But it's all he's gonna find. Bad News Bears, they take map number 1 in style.